Reimagining the impact of stories on social media to reimagining the paradigm of success through energy intelligence. Sean Hall is an awarded innovator with 2 decades of leadership experience. There you go. And marketing and HR at Telstra and Les Mills. Is that Les Mills or Les Mills? Les Mills, okay. Didn't know if it was French. After suffering burnout, or as he calls it, an energy crisis, twice in 3 years, Sean founded human performance company Energx to help people increase the quality and quantity of energy in their lives. Please welcome Sean to the stage.
I just think that was so powerful, that last part. So I just thought, can everyone just stand? Because I think it's really important just to do whatever you want to do. If you want to shake it out, if you want to hug the person next to you, you know, please do that. Because I think this just shows how special this event is. I like the hugs. I like the hugs. All right, just... All right, when you're ready, you can have just a seat back down. Now, I get to talk about reimagining success, and I think what's really awesome about tonight is that reimagining is actually not something that you do by yourself. You know, and that's what tonight is about, is it's something that we all have to do together. And I really need you guys to actually really think about how we're going to reimagine success together. In fact, I need you to think about how you're going to seriously go frickin' Bruce Lee on the current definition of success. Alright, we're going to slay this, right, because the definition of success today does not work. Right, it does not work. It especially doesn't work for the next generation. Right, some of you that are here, none of you care about this stuff. Alright, so are you up for this? Yeah. You up for this? Yes, you guys down the back, are you up for this? Yes? Alright. Okay, so when we think about success, it all really boils down to really one word, right? It's one word that's at the centre of what we're trying to think about when it comes to defining success. And that word is wealth. Right? When you think about it, wealth is something that is exclusive. Right? It's exclusive. It's like, you know, that fancy nightclub where everyone's lining up outside, desperate to get in, sometimes dying to get in. Not like we let people into Reimagine, right? Like we open people into Reimagine. But that VIP nightclub, and then you get in there and you realise it's empty, right? Physically and metaphorically empty. Right? And so what we need to do is really start to define what success means, what are we working for? Right? And you would think about redefining it as actually really a hard thing to do. When actually all we have to do is change one letter in that word. Right? We just need to get rid of the A like this and make it an L. Right? That's the sort of wealth that I'm interested in. That's what I want to talk to you about tonight. So when I think about wealth and I think about the new definition of success, this is how I define it. This is how we define it in Energx. It's the feeling of having the right quantity and quality of energy for what matters. Alright? Just let that sink in a little bit. The feeling. Right? So there's 3 parts to this. The first part is the feeling of having something. Right? And we're talking about energy here. Why? Because energy is intuitive, right? We feel energy. I can ask you after any experience that you have, whether that's going to the bank, maybe not so exciting, spending time with friends, having a meal, right? Or just sitting quietly alone with your thoughts, right? And you'll know whether that experience energized you or depleted you, right? You'll just know. You'll intuitively know. You might not know why. And that's why the second part's important, right? We need to turn our intuition into intelligence, right? To really understand why we feel the way we do. The second part of this definition is about the right quantity and quality of energy. So let's think about that. Because really it's the quantity and quality of energy that we have in our lives that determines our success, right? Our ability to be and feel successful. We can only achieve what we've got energy for. So what's the right amount? If we ask you this one simple question, right? How many of the last 10 days did you feel that you had enough energy for what matters? every single one would talk to you. Right? That's why you're a speaker, because you're already the definition of success here, right? Okay, so how many of those? So when we ask that simple question, right, the goal that people want, right, when you think about it, how many would you like? Well, I'd be happy if 8 out of 10 days I had enough energy for what matters, because that's human, right? Right? It's not about perfection, it's about human. So when we ask people that are already achieving this, we're going to ask Tia, obviously, after this, right? When we ask people what is going on with their lives, when they're 8 out of 10 days they're feeling like they have enough energy, then they start to talk to us about the stuff that matters, right? What really matters. And what matters comes down to 4 F's. So it's what the F matters, right? That's what I want you to remember, what the F matters. The first is we're energized when we sleep, surprise, surprise, right? And we look after ourselves physically. This is the first F. The second is about fire, right? So we're energized when we get to use our strengths daily towards something which is meaningful. The third F is feelings. So we're energized when we have a great relationship with ourselves. A loving, compassionate, kind, generous relationship with ourselves as a foundation for those healthy, energizing relationships with others. And finally, the last F is focus. So we're energized when we feel valued, right? This is why we want an inclusive definition of success, not exclusive, and have clarity on how we create value. Now, the amazing thing about this is that it's a virtuous circle. Right? So when you focus on what matters, you have more energy. You can put that more energy back into what matters. It literally is a circle of awesomeness. I'm so glad I got to use that word. Right? Circle of awesomeness, right there. The other thing that we found is when you combine the 4 F's, right? When you combine fuel, fire, feeling, and focus into one experience, you get joy. Who doesn't want more joy in their lives? No? Actually, we're gonna do a little test of this in the moment. So I want you to stand up again. What? Almost gonna go. Stand up again. Right, so we're gonna practice a little moment of joy, a little bit of energy of this new definition of wealth. So I want you just to get your feet out, shoulder width apart, knees nice and soft, shoulders back and down. Now I just want you to close your eyes for a second and just take a deep breath in. And exhale. Do that again. Breathe in. Now this time I want you just to think in your mind of something that you're grateful for right now. Could be a friend, could be this amazing group of people we're with, it could be this beautiful city. And just focus that feeling of gratefulness. And breathe into it. And let it expand. So take another deep breath into that feeling and let it really come across your body. Let it start to move your body a little bit. This next breath, I just want you to start to twist your body. Just move your right shoulder forwards and then your left shoulder forward. And then your right shoulder and your left. And I'll do that a little bit faster. A little bit faster. A little bit faster. Alright. So if you just think about what makes you shimmy each day is a great way to practice gratitude and bring that physiology into your body as well. And that, my friends, is success reimagined. So we're thinking about the feeling of having the right quantity and quality of energy for what matters. And after that, everything else is a bonus. Yeah. Thank you.